Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our week of building Pride decks. What are Pride decks, Danon? I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer. WotC is hosting an event during Pride where you're allowed to play a commander deck with two commanders that don't have partner. Now, the idea of building an expensive deck for a single event seems silly to me. So instead, I'm building decks that could have a different commander, but for this event, there's a cute couple running the show. After Pride is over and the gays are shoved back into their closets, we can bring back our normal commander. Yes, that was sarcasm. Trust me, the Gen X and older millennial gays who watch this video will appreciate the joke. Today, we're building a Gruul deck led by a pair of queens. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Lathliss Dragon Queen is a 6-mana 6/6 legendary dragon with flying. Whenever another non-token dragon we control enters, we create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. Additionally, we may pay 1 generic and 1 red mana. If we do, dragons we control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. Old Gnawbone is a 7-mana 7/7 legendary dragon with flying. Additionally, whenever a creature we control deals combat damage to a player, we create that many treasure tokens. Okay, so Lathliss is an army in the can, and she can create tons and tons of dragons for us. And Old Gnawbone can give us the mana to help us win the game. Perfect. And yes, Kleguya Leah Martyr is a girl. Look at the flavor text. So, our deck is led by a pair of dragons, and one of them wants us to run lots of other dragons. I wonder what our theme should be. Now, I didn't go crazy on the budget, but since Old Gnawbone is like $50, there was no way I was going to make this deck budget. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, T-Fury. Every day, T-Fury has new designs that are on sale, but as you can see, they also have a great collection of other shirts. Anime, D&D, 80s retro, comic books, Lord of the Rings. There are thousands of shirts to choose from. I've been a loyal customer of theirs for 10 years, and I'm so happy to finally be sponsored by them. Click the link down below to see new designs and to add to your geek wardrobe. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. The plan is that I'll be streaming here in the next couple of weeks. My schedule lately has been hectic, so I haven't had the time. Now, we're going to change how we do things. If I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV or some other video game, it'll be dualcast on Twitch and Musings by Danon, my anime and manga channel. If I'm building commander decks or something magic related, I'll be streaming over here as well as Twitch. I've roughed out a schedule, but I need to confirm a few things with cute stuff, so keep an eye out for now. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Crucible of the Spirit Dragon, Wooded Foothills, Bloodstained Mire, Windswept Heath, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Stomping Ground, Commercial District, Highland Forest, Wooded Ridgeline, Cinderglade, Sheltered Thicket, Spire Garden, Rockfall Vale, Rootbound Crag, Thornspire Verge, Firelit Thicket, Carplucent Forest, Cragcrown Pathway, Game Trail, Gruul Turf, Scavenger Grounds, 7 Mountains, and 7 Forests. Normally I like to run more forests so that we can cast our ramp, but most of our dragons are red, so I felt that an even split was the right choice. For mana ramp, we're running Studious First Year, Planar Engineering, Clouth Unrivaled Ancient, Ganex Astral Hunter, Goldspan Dragon, Soul Ring, Dragon's Horde, Sarkhan Fireblood, 3 Visits, Rampant Growth, Nature's Lore, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, and Broodcaller Scourge. Lots of ways to ensure we have plenty of mana to cast our dragons. Our card advantage package consists of Improvisation Capstone, Garrick's Uprising, Elemental Bond, Colossal Majesty, Big Score, Jeska's Will, Dragonborn Champion, Return of the Wild Speaker, Rishkar's Expertise, and Archdruid's Charm. Lots of ways to dig through our deck and find win cons. For interaction and spot removal, we're running Drakuseth Maw of Flames, Beast Within, Tyrant's Familiar, Abrade, Flame Blast Dragon, Vandal Blast, Return to Nature, Parapet Thrasher, Heroic Intervention, Chaos Warp, and Bolt Bend. A bit of spot removal, a bit of shenanigans, and some thematic removal. How delightful. For board wipes, we've got Clouth's Will, Earthquake, Fault Line, Magma Quake, and Steel Hellkite. I like blowing up all the cute little creatures on the ground, because it's funny. The core of our deck consists of Atarka Worldrender, Thrakkus the Butcher, Savage Ventmaw, Scourge of Valkus, Terror of the Peaks, Scourge of the Throne, Utvara Hellkite, Thunderbreak Regent, Earthquake Dragon, Wrathful Red Dragon, Hellkite Charger, Hellkite Tyrant, Skyline Despot, and Twin Flame Tyrant. Supporting our plan, we've also got Dragon Tempest, Crucible of Fire, Rhythm of the Wild, Panharmonicon, and Helm of the Host. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 54 mana sources, but between 38 lands and 16 pieces of ramp, counting our commander. A little high, but dragons aren't exactly cheap. 10 pieces of card advantage, 11 pieces of interaction, 5 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds, 1 sudden I win card in Twin Flame Tyrant. Having a bunch of dragons on board that can suddenly deal double damage makes games end a lot quicker than you'd think. Dragons are already huge and deal a ton of damage, but when you double that damage, it's even better. Remember, Drakuseth's attack trigger can hit any target, so it's not just about removing blockers and the like. We can smash our opponents with that damage, and Twin Flame Tyrant helps to enhance that damage. If we're lucky enough to equip Helm of the Host onto Twin Flame Tyrant, forget about it. Obviously, there are a lot of commanders we can run after this event is over to keep this deck going. Atarka may not be the most popular dragon commander of all time, but giving all of our dragons double strike is always fun. Do you have a dragon deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pye, Kazaris, Patrick, Oscar, Justin, Sleech, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel, Zombie, Brian, and Enra, Waka, and Lon. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.